Well, hello, folks. It's your old buddy Luke Clayton and my friend and yours, Jeff Rice.
Hello.
We are at the Buck and Bass Ranch
are.
at Jeff's Ranch. And I tell you, it's still summertime. I think fall is just around the corner, Jeff. But right now, it's kind of warm.
It's a little bit warm.
But we are going to go out right on the creek back here. And there's tons of hogs been hitting these Jeff's feeders.
That's right.
And we're going to do a bow hunt, folks, and I want you to hang with us because I think the odds are very, very good, don't you, Jeff?
I do. We've been seeing lots of hogs down that way, and we're just going to set up. What we're going to do is we're just going to take a couple little chairs like this. We're going to go sit. We're not going to be in a blind. We're just going to be sitting downwind right on the edge of the creek.
Yep.
And it's the wind is coming out of the south, so it'll be coming in our face. It'll be absolutely perfect. Feeder goes off 1 hour from now.
Yep.
Exactly. We'll be there.
We'll be on it.
Let's talk a little bit about these, folks. Scent Guardian. So this is the product that we're going to be using. Fantastic stuff. I mean, Texas Raised Hunting Products has come out with this product, and you spray this stuff on you, and no worries, you're not going to get smelled. And when we're hunting hogs tonight, they have a great nose, so
Let me interject something with you, Jeff.
throw it in there.
This will also remove cat urine, folks, but that's another. But that's another story. It will. I've talked about it a little bit in my column. I had a situation with a house cat that sprayed on some hunting gear, a camera, but this took it away.
Amazing.
No kidding. This Scent Guardian Texas Raised Hunting Products, get you some, folks.
You bet.
If it'll remove cat urine and also gasoline, it'll do it. And then we might bring in
We will bring
the boar or sow.
Inflamed Sow Seduction, made by Texas Raised Hunting Products. Little can where it looks like you just open it up there. There's a peel at the top. Ooh, smell that.
Smell like a hog
So
to
we
me.
just open up the little vents here
Yep.
on this
Yep.
deal, and we
Right.
are set to go. So we're going to set this down there and see what. This will bring a big old boar in there, so maybe we'll have
and
some
sow,
action.
and
a sow.
and
I
sow
could bring
too. I
anything
mean,
in.
it's made for the big boar, but
That's right. You got a picture of a sow,
I
did
do.
you not?
Yes,
Coming into one of these.
with
Yeah.
a nose right on it.
Yep.
And this will be actually my first harvest, if we're fortunate enough, with this gearhead bow.
Yeah.
I've been shooting these, as Jeff knows, about 6 weeks.
Yep.
But I've been shooting it every day. This is one awesome bow. We're going to set up. I've got one pin, 25 yards, my green pin on the top, which is ample to do anything we're going to need to do this evening.
You bet.
So, Jeff, I'm ready to go, buddy, and we'll get all of our friends to watch us and head back down here to the bottoms.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's
Get on it.
Let's gear up. We're pretty much geared up. We'll just grab our stuff and head
I've
on
got
down.
enough.
Oh, you got the rucksack. You got
I've
it
got
all
enough
packed
in here
up,
for
ready
us to
go.
stay about 3
Couple
months.
Gatorades.
They're here. We'll need
So
them.
we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will be on the creek hunting.
We will.
All right, we'll be back. Well, buddy,
Fork on the hoof on the ground. I tell you, this little bow, it was, of course, the adrenaline was pumping.
oh sure.
You know that, but it was so quiet, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, they almost came back. They snuck
I know.
up back behind us, folks, and they looked like they were going to come back in, but I think they saw the one that Luke shot sitting under the, or lying under the feeder.
Yeah.
Nice shot, buddy.
Well,
Perfect.
thank you. This, yeah, I mean, 23 yards, something like that.
Mhm.
But we were covered up with hogs. And
Oh.
the truth is, folks, Jeff and I, we both like to be stealthy, and we're actually out. There's not a whole lot of cover between here and where we shot the hog, you know.
Hardly any at all.
It's pretty, but situations like that, not to sound like an old sage here, but you do have to be stealthy and you got to watch the hogs. You know, when the hogs are feeding, the worst thing you can do is when they're coming in until they settle, is to, you know, get ready, just set tight. And if you never notice their tails, when they're really serious, you'll see those
When
tails.
they start getting comfortable, those tails are going. Yeah.
That's right.
And they're booting each other out of the way, trying to jockey for position and getting corn.
Yeah.
And as you saw, folks, that was a big sounder of hogs.
It was.
Now, I thought Luke was going to go for that big boar.
I was.
So I wasn't really sure.
No.
That's one thing we did kind of signal on
Yeah, right.
before the show. But you know what? It's okay.
Yeah, no,
He picked out a butterball.
I've shot. You know me, don't you?
I do.
What I'm thinking is 6 days in a good brine on those hams.
Yes, sir.
You know, and then for a future show, I think the front shoulders. Of course, here I am. That's all I think about is when I'm hunting. is the rest of the story.
Sure,
meat.
sure.
But slow cook those. Make some really good pulled barbecue out of those front shoulders.
Oh, no doubt.
And we know what we're going. That
Yeah,
backstrap may be in trouble tonight,
that's
buddy.
some tender
Hey.
meat right there. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Well, folks,
boy.
we did it. We got it done tonight here, sitting at the creek down here at the Buck and Bass Ranch. We've got the Gearhead archery bow that Luke's got here.
Love this bow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Check them out, folks. GearheadArchery.com.
That was just one
It's-
heck of a shot,
yeah,
buddy.
Well, thank you. It's got the shoot through risers
Riser,
here.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at this. I've never shot a bow. Well, it's the first time I've ever had a. I don't know if there's any other around other than Gearhead, but when you pull it back, I mean that arrow is dead center on your bow.
And it was mighty quiet. Like I said, we said earlier, those hogs started to come back in. If that hog wasn't laying there dead underneath the feeder,
Thus
they had more.
knocking another arrow.
He knocked
you know?
another arrow. Yes, absolutely.
Snuck around. Well, Jeff,
Well,
I
buddy.
tell you, but yeah, man,
Awesome.
I'm fired up. I'm ready for backstrap.
Folks, this is some fun stuff.
It
so
is.
we've got, it's going on 7 o'clock. We got probably 40 minutes, 35 minutes of daylight left. So we got to get this guy out of here. So the buggy is about maybe a quarter mile away.
Yep,
So
yep.
we have to take a little bit of walk, but we're going to be walking by 2 feeders on the way back. And so what we do, because we're stealth, is we just take the camera and we walk super slow and we walk up to these feeders, and you never know, we may come back to you with another hog
It
opportunity.
could happen.
So,
We don't know,
Yeah.
but we are knocked and ready, folks. We're ready to do it.
yeah. Did you see? It was amazing. One of those hogs came up to the South Seduction. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, he came
Right up to it.
The can of
The can.
of South Seduction right there is
Yep.
on a log from me to you, 15 yards.
Yep.
Probably.
Texas Race
And
Hunting
it come
Products.
right
That
up.
stuff's awesome.
You
came right up
betcha.
to that thing. Did you see that? That
He
was
did.
pretty cool.
And I had stopped breathing at that part because the wind was right. Though we set up in a really good place. That's what hunt. There's all kind of ways, Jeff, to
You bet,
hunt
buddy.
hogs. There's
You bet.
all kind of ways. A bow is
Yep.
just. I'm not saying it's the only way, but if you have any adrenaline in your body and you hunt up close like we're doing during daylight hours
Yeah.
and shoot a hog, I mean,
I don't think it gets any better than, folks, a couple of chairs sitting over here 20, 25 yards
Yeah.
from the feeder. Don't think for a minute that this stuff doesn't work. It does. It works very well. It's just limit your movement. Make sure you're covered up, you using your scent guardians and those type things. And just take your time. And like we were kind of joking a minute ago, the wiggling tails, but that's your first clue.
that's
When those tails are wiggling, their heads on the ground, they're having a good time.
they're eating. And now, I don't know. It's of course we haven't recovered the hog. He's laying right there. That's a good eating hog.
Let's walk up and get him.
Let's go get him.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, we're going to walk up here and
I tell you, Jeff, there's no reason to be stealthy now. The hog is dead. Let's go look at him.
let's
What
do
you
it.
say?
Let's do it, buddy.
Sow seduction right here. And the hog was came right up to it. You betcha.
Yep, good stuff, buddy.
Oh man, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's good groceries right there,
Is that
folks.
a little fat sow?
I'll sneak around this side.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's perfect, buddy.
Bled out too?
Yes, sir. Got your arrow laying there.
Yeah, yep. Now,
Well done.
for some people, trophy boar is it's got to weigh like 200 pounds. To me, this is a trophy hog.
Yes, sir.
Not
That
a big
is
one,
nice.
but very good eating.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, let's get him back up to camp.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
him,
that'll be just right.
cut him all up. Get your arrow there, buddy, laying right there.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yes, sir. Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you, thank you.
All right. Well, folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to go to a commercial, and we'll be back shortly. We've got some other fun and exciting stuff coming up for you here in a moment, but we'll be back.
We shall return.
All right, folks. Getting a little bit dark here, but Luke's got him a fine little hog there, and man, awesome. Has this been a great evening?
Jeff, this has been so much fun. There were some bigger hogs out there. The video will show that, but this is what, we were back in there. It was getting late, and to me, there's no better eating. We both have some pork in the freezer, but this is going to be some prime eating,
Yes, sir.
Get it washed off good, and
All
then
right,
I'll
we'll get it cleaned up.
jerk these hams off of here and get with the program,
Alrighty.
Well, folks, we are back at camp now, and I thought it would be a good idea to put that wild pork to some good use. We've got a lot of hunts coming up, and have you ever had good smoked chili? Well, I'll tell you what, I've made chili out of everything from antelope to bear, but wild pork, the shoulders on that little hog that you saw me shoot, here is the boned out shoulders in my smoking Texas Electric smoker. Now, there's something special about having a smoke flavor to chili. I don't really like chili. I'll eat chili anyway, I guess, but I really, really love it with a smoke flavor. So what we've done is boned out both of the little front shoulders, what I did, and put them in my old cast iron, one of my several cast iron pots. We've got this smoke box loaded up with some wild plum wood. And what we're going to do, folks, I'm going to chop an onion up in this, and we're going to season it with, I love Wicks Fowler chili makings. That is, to me, that's the best. It has all the different ingredients mixed in, with the kit. There's about 5 or 6 different ingredients that comes with a Wicks Fowler kit. So we're going to make some Wicks Fowler smoked wild hog chili, by golly. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love chili with beans. So I'll put a disclaimer out here. I've got 2 or 3 buddies that, man, this is going to flag them. They're going to say, oh, Luke's putting those beans in that chili again. But I always say this. Old Cookie back on the cattle drive days, what did he have a lot of? He had a lot of meat on the hoof. He probably had some dried beans, what do you think? And he had a lot of chilies. So anyway, we're going to put some beans in our chili. That's the way we like it. And I've never had anybody say, oh, I don't want to eat any of old Luke's chili. He's got those dang beans in it. So anyway, our smoker is just about to start. We're going to start seeing a little smoke coming up from that firebox. I'm going to shut the lid on this and let this meat smoke for about 30 minutes. That'll give the meat a good flavor. Then we'll come back and we'll put our ingredients, our seasonings and all in there, and then we'll put it back in the smoker and let it cook for, I'm going to let it go for 2 or 3 hours at about 225. So stay with me. When we come back, we'll take a look at our smoked chili meat. Well, folks, we are back about an hour later. And let's take a look at this smoked wild pork that's going to become our chili. Now, I've mixed onion in with this, and I've mixed the Wicks Fowler, the different seasonings in the packet of Wicks Fowler. So This is done, but it's not nearly as tender. It's going to become chili when we're going to put some red kidney beans in there and a couple of cans of tomatoes. And then, the Wix Fowler kit has a little masa flour, a packet of masa flour. We'll add that. Now this, you can make it really hot, the 2-alarm chili, but I've got some kiddos that's going to be eating some of this, so this is a mild chili. I didn't put all the red pepper. Of course, you can put as much red pepper as you want to, but just take a look at that. Now that was that wild pig that we shot earlier in the show. In my opinion, that's the way you wrap up a good hunt, by putting that meat to some really, really good use. So let's go ahead and add the tomatoes and the dark red kidney beans. Stir all that in, and then basically we're just going to, leave this uncovered and let it smoke. Put a little more wood in probably, and let it smoke for an hour or so more, and then, bingo, we're going to have a good bowl of tasty wild hog chili. Well, folks, here is our chili with everything in it. I actually put whole tomatoes, 2 cans of whole tomatoes. You can use tomatoes out of your garden that you can. You can use fresh tomatoes. It really doesn't matter. Tomato paste. I don't know, something about the whole tomatoes. There's little bits of tomato that winds up in the chili that I really like. But you can see those kidney beans in there. Again, folks, if you're not a bean eater in chili, you'll just have to try some of these the way I make them. And if you like beans and you like chili, why wouldn't you like this? But this is what I call the perfect way to wrap up a hunt, folks. That hog that came out of the woods, this is a way to put wild pork to really good use. One way. Now, of course, the little hams, I have those curing right now. Butcher Packer Supply furnishes a sugar cure. It's a good, safe way to cure pork. Sodium nitrite is mixed into it with sugar and other ingredients, but it's a safe way to cure pork. That's going to have to go about another 5-6 more days. Then we'll have some little sugar cured hams to take up to New Mexico on that mule deer hunt. Folks, I hope you enjoyed our show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember now, catfishradio.org. You can go there and listen to the 4 segments of this week's radio show. You can download them, or just click right on your device and they'll play right away. We've got a good show lined up for you next week. Thanks for watching this week, and be safe in the outdoors, folks. Folks, this is Luke. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about hunting hogs and preparing the meat, making sausage and curing ham, things like that, and just hunting techniques, I think you'd enjoy this book, Kill to Grill, The Ultimate Guide to Hunting and Cooking Wild Pork. You can purchase the book through my website, catfishradio.org.